Welcome to Onivia, League of Legends highlights. These are the best highlights from today's LCK matchup.
Well, not completely, it wouldn't be completely and utterly doomed. It would just be mainly really bad.
It would be. As we do see the early dragon to come through, obviously in the same amount of
further. So there's that level 6 like you were talking about.
Perfect knows this. Should know this.
Well, Rascal is still level 4, but that's a very, very dangerous sponge. And so Perfect is just dead, and that is first blood going over to Rascal. That's going to help him out. Who?
Yeah, I don't know how many times Barrow is going to want to do that either.
Yeah.
Usually, I think we've mostly seen him become Corki, Callista, maybe he wants to go for. But it's mostly been just BDD.
It's not that level 6, so can be very pivotal.
Without Equalizer, I think the DRX should feel confident to take this.
Well, still going to be a Glacial Prison connecting here onto Sponge. There's the flash forward. They find the Pop Blossom. Sponge is going to get taken down first, but he does get the ulti out. Still the Teddy's going to get exhausted. That is going to be Rend popped, and Satap solo, the flash forward, and Def just cleans it up. It's a triple for the Callista, and I guess they just didn't need the Equalizer.
Yep, not looking great there for DRX. Rascal even invests the TP, but it doesn't matter. Summoners used, but it's KT that are able to pull the trigger there. Wonderfully done by Pioshik, and Sponge. Oh, really caught off guard on that one. Spell Shield could have made that whole play not work out, but wasn't able to get the timing right. And then basically everything snowballed from there. The Nocturne able to be used defensively. Rascal also. I think it was catching the ball wave.
Yep, they have an Equalizer this time as Perfect waiting on a flank angle here as Beryl moving on over, wants to find his angle, does have his Pop Blossom back up and available as there's the Equalizer, but it steals the Drake! Oh, okay, well now Pop Blossom's going to come on through just to try and get rid of this cannon. Rascal going down extremely low, but Beryl is going to pop as well. There goes the Nocturne. Satap's getting chased down by Def, who is so incredibly fed at this point in the game. They'll grab themselves Soul Point, they'll win a team fight.
On the Perfect, get some more gold into Rascal. But the problem is that they know, so this should be a tough one.
Yeah, the Equalizer is going to come down. Great positioning here from Perfect as he does get stunned up and will be taken down. But man, that was closer than it could have otherwise been. Still, it is successful. Get himself back up to health. Now they've started off this Drake.
They gotta go.
Is going to connect there onto Def. Paranoia is going to connect, but the Pop Blossom, it finds two as well. Sponge is completely out of the fight, but now they dash in. The ulti from Satap is gigantic. And now Pioshik and Perfect, the last man standing. Perfect trying to get himself out here. Pioshik is on basically no health, and that is a gorgeous skate in from Satap. That's going to be bounty gold going over to DRX. A triple kill for the Zeri, and maybe even a Baron.
And we knew it was too clean, Atlas. This made way too much sense up until this point. And it's Rascal, who after having had such a rough split, ends up being the difference. Like
Where the KT can get this fight happening on their terms. As Beryl, on an angle, looking like a Sejuani. They are kind of aware that that is not the one. Is going to transform here. Fair bit of damage there onto Pletter, as we can see. Now the extended beam's coming in. Rascal going for that flank angle. And Pioshik, not exactly the target. The exhaust hasn't gone down yet. The Equalizer comes in. Perfect is going to be taken out, but they didn't kill BDD. They didn't kill Def. And KT will punish. This time around, it's not even close. As Teddy, he'll go down in the end, and that is going to be a kill going over to Beryl. That's the ace. That's going to be Soul. It could be Baron. It might even be Game.
And this time around, the crucial members are not found. The dive, not actually getting all the way over the wall. Ends up making...
I really like how as well Beryl holds exhaust for Teddy over the next 2.5 minutes. As that's an Ocean Soul as well. So you can just come in, you can take some Mystic Shot poke and stuff like that if you want to. As Satap, he's going to get teleported on. That is going to be the ulti to come through. The Paranoia comes down, but Satap, he's going to have to flash over this wall. He's burning, but he isn't going to go down just yet as Beryl's going to transform into Bristle and Sejuani. And Satap doesn't have a lot of ability to keep himself alive as he tries to lifesteal off the wave without too many lifesteal items.
Yeah,
that is going to be the end of him.
with BT, like maybe you find a way, but he didn't. And now KT going to continue to push. This is kind of what we were worried about. If you pull the trigger, you don't actually get the fight that you're looking for. It gets very dire very quickly. Sponge also using the ultimate there to try and keep his body safe. Didn't work. And now they don't have the ultimate to maybe set up another desperate flank. They do have some wards behind, but they just can't use them.
And Deft is a tank now as well. He's got 4 items. One of them is a Wit's End and that Terminus on top.
And BT.
And BT. Like, it's kind of nutty. He said, Rage Blade? Nah, I'm not about that. I have to jump too fast. I'm just going to build as many pseudo-tank items.
And Ocean Soul?
Yeah, no, he's not really going to be dying anytime soon. One Nexus turret remains here for DRX. As KT still with a minute left on this Baron. They are just going to move on over and take down this mid inhibitor turret. They'll take the mid inhibitor as well. Get another wave in amongst this to try and continue their siege. The big ones starting to really hurt here as the Glacial Prison going to get Arcane shifted out of there by Teddy. That was very good. But now Rascal needs to spend some time on the fountain. He's not going to be there to try and defend this as the Paranoia comes out yet again. Pleta looks for the back line, but he's just going to get burnt to a crisp. And then the snare comes in from Beryl. Rascal can't find anyone with the ulti. It's a double for BDD as the exhaust down on Teddy once again. Make that one a triple. Is this another penta? It's not, because Perfect is going to take away the 4th one. Sponge is going to deny the kill.
Welcome to Onivia, League of Legends highlights. These are the best highlights from today's LCK matchup.
And so it's not as much of a catch him off guard, more like a, I saw you do this and it worked, so let's see whether we can find an angle as well. Searing Charge is going to get a flash out of Pleta, but still, Freeze does come on in, and Pleta is just going to go down. That is first blood. Going over to Deft here on the center. Oh dear.
Nicely done there by the KT bot lane. Early kill going over to Deft. So he's going to be feeling great. He also has a little bit more farm than normally he would because he was in that lane alone for a decent amount of time.
Ooh, Mum's going to come down. Pleta in the mid lane, but BDD with a fast bomb. Be able to get some work done here as Perfect spots the fact that DRX are starting this one off. One grub is going to go on over, and now Perfect gonna have to flash away. That is a great interruption, but I think Perfect is still dead. Deft moves over. They need to kill Sponge here to try and even this one up, and I think they should be able to do so. The auto attack does come on through as BDD just going to take his Corgi and look to see whether he can take down this spooky ghost. Is it going to be an execute? That is the question. And has he just managed to get a rocket back? And there's the flash just to make sure that he can get that 300 gold.
That's not too bad. BDD had flash, so he was able to utilize the smaller mid. There was a lot more frontliners bot lane.
All right, yeah, Call of the Forge Ghost does come down, and that is going to be both of them knocked up. Searing Charge doesn't quite work, but Pleta is just dead. Beryl flashes out of the way, and oh man, that was a clean dive.
No notes on that one. Teddy, I thought at least would have been able to E. I'm not sure if he wasn't able to make it work.
All right, let's see whether they can do it again here as Perfect doesn't have flash. He doesn't have a hope, as even the ulti from Deft not going to be able to save him. And Satab just have to be a little bit careful here as that rocket is going to miss. Pleta looking for an angle. Grand Entrance does come on through. Mom gets angry as well, and BDD could be in trouble. He's trying to stand his ground, but the Ignite's ticking, and there's the flash. Satab going to be able to take down the Corki.
Definitely did need to flash.
Yeah.
I think it was okay.
Deployed in spring to take down Gen.G. That other time they managed to beat them.
That did happen 2 times this year, yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
OTP.
Yeah, the Ram's going to come up. The flanking Beryl is going to look for the knock-up. That's going to be Sponge locking down the Dragon. He uses the Paranoia to get himself out as Perfect is going to die. Beautifully played. Can they get themselves out of here, though, is the question as Mum comes down. The flash forward from Deft is going to get a snare onto Satab, but that's a beautiful quickness into that backline. Dawning Shadow, and they lock down the Lightning Rat. Satab gets exhausted as well. A very, very tired little dragon, and that is a double kill for Goshi.
Fair. Whoever ends up getting this one. As we take a look here, so actually secures it this time around. And then sees a way out Atlas. Ends up making it work.
That was beautifully done. Picture in picture, we have Satab dying again. So poor little dragon. No Mom to come down this time. And just 30 seconds of gray screen. As Mom's going to come down to try and save the turret, and it's not going to work. That is 4 grubs on the side of KT put to good work there. Now Perfect.
Stop bully!
Yeah, he is going to ult the wave. and tries to flash his way out. Sponge was not the one tanking though, but everyone's going to turn up, the entire gang. Beryl kind of wishing that he had the ulti, but maybe they can still get something done here, as Rascal does have Teddy waiting in the wings. It might be an overextension here for KT, but the ulti from Pioshik from downtown. Dawning Shadow says, welcome back, Teddy. Unfortunately, your screen is gray. And now Pioshik looking for even more here, sort of walking up regardless of the existence of the rest of his team. Gonna give Sponge the okay.
Taking a big win there, especially off of the earlier play where they got the bot side turret. Satab's going to be stacking. DRX obviously still has a...
As Perfect will turn up towards the top side, does have his equalizer back off cooldown right now.
There's a flank ward for Rascal if they do want to look towards that. There it is!
Yeah, Paranoia is going to come down. He's looking for that backline, but the Ram is going to be employed. Rascal gets in there, but the exhaust is going to be used this time. Def gets the shield. They take down the cannon. And the opening salvo, not enough here from DRX.
Oh, that was tragic. If Teddy finds the ultimate on either BDD or Def, they die. Could have been the difference maker, but it was just a little bit too telegraphed there.
Well, equalizes up here as we'll see what Perfect is going to be able to do with it. Actually holds on, wanting to probably use this around a potential dragon fight. The lurking Corgi, always the scariest. Sponge in position, BDD comes down, and yeah, that's a big one. That's going to hurt. As Perfect is actually going back. We did notice that there was a Sponge up here. BDD doesn't have flash, but that is still going to be the Drake going down in favor of KT. 4-0. In fact, only one turret's been taken here for DRX. KT should be able to get this one on this wave, as there is the Ram to come in. Actually picks the grand exit there from Pleta, but they did enough. They managed to take down this outer turret in mid lane, and KT
doesn't have the burn yet. Look at the poke coming through here.
Yeah, Teddy taking a fair bit of damage here. Banana Brush control here is king, as Def looking for some angles, and Beryl's the one flanking. Okay, Perfect still just trying to look out for a cannon. Rascal trying to find a window here, as the Ram is going to get a knock up into the back line. As it Sponge just... What? The Dragon just melted. It is going to be the Drake secured by DRX, but can they keep themselves alive in the fight? That's the question. Sponge gets out of there, but he's not going to be out for long. It's a double kill for Pioshik. Somehow, Beryl does go down because he was 1v3. KT win the fight, but DRX crucially deny the sell point. And Rascal, no! Oh dear, he's going to flash in, looking for depth here, but the exhaust is too good. And Rascal's going to be taking a nap. Oh, it could have just been that. And DRX might have been...
There are gates. They're not going to get the Baron, but maybe they can get some exit kills.
Yep, teleport going to come in from Beryl, so it is going to be all 5 members of KT here. Rascal is still dead. And so Beryl on this flank angle, they are trying to get Sponge into the pit. Can he actually make it in time? Beryl says no, because I'm going to block him, and he might die, but they still managed to get this Baron. Grand entrance, flash out there from Beryl, but I think he's still going to die. Getting 4 members out with this would be important, but they're going to turn onto Satab again. This time he's able to flash his way out.
Wait, Sponge?
Wait, Beryl's still alive.
Yeah, Sponge is behind enemy lines.
Oh dear, Owen Wilson. Let's see what Beryl is just going to say. I don't care about the Ram.
Okay,
cue the yakety sacks. All right.
Pressure R.
They do get the vision. Valkyrie is available to get over this wall, but there is also this blast cone. And now BDD is going to be able to take a base gate. The Hex Deck gate. Perfect's teleporting in. Sponge, they know where he is because BDD just soared over him. The equalizer is going to go down. Sponge, I think, might be dead. However, the wild goose chase has never been so wild in the history of League of Legends. There's only 2 minutes left on the Baron, guys. You're going to lose a turret for this. Oh, never mind. They're going to take an inner turret here on this bottom side. They're going to taxi it in. It's A-OK. Look at that Red Bull Baron power play. It is still picking up.
They're just having a giggle. That's what that was.
Having a laugh.
They're out on a lark.
Yep.
They're having a grand old time, just running around the map. Could have just been pushing.
Oh, God.
Let's not kid ourselves.
Satab is not very tanky. Arctic Assault going to come down, Dawning Shadow, and everything, the kitchen sink onto Satab, and he's going to get taken out. Perfect. Gifted the kill. They're going to break open the base here on this bottom side. True Shot Barrage wanting to take down BDD. Perfect is going to go golden to block it, and they'll lose the inhibitor. The base race, though, is on as Rascal takes an inner turret on the top side. That we need for it to be a fun time. Like a golden herring?
I don't know if that exists. You know, in the Netherlands, a very popular snack is a raw herring on a bun.
Really?
Onion, yeah.
Wow, that doesn't sound that appetizing.
I'm not
Maybe
a fan.
it's delicious. All right, Beryl going to find an attempted knock-up onto Sponge. He spell shields it. The equalizer comes down, and he's going to get smacked in the back by the searing charge. KT are extremely far ahead. Beryl has got too many health bars. It is kind of absurd. It's an 806 Sejuani here as well, who has just a luxury abyssal mask, because why not?
Hey, there it is.
Yeah.
Woo!
This is kind of ridiculous. Nexus turrets are now taking damage. As Perfect can move up, doesn't have the equalizer, but he does have a flash. Grand Entrance going to be used onto BDD, but it doesn't really do anything at all. This Nexus turret to go down first. Only one remains as DRX are trying to hold on, and Rascal is going to get punished. That is going to be another kill going over to Pyoshik. Dawning Shadow just for the shields. And Satab, he just wants some stacks, ladies and gentlemen. But instead he's going to get permafrosted. He's on the fountain. There's the paranoia, as maybe the health bars are low enough. Well, maybe they're not. As, yeah, Deft can just heal people if he would like to, if he stops trying to kill people with his piercing darkness. And that's going to be the shutdown onto Pyoshik. And Teddy is able to take down Deft as well. Mom gets KT. This is a little bit too happy on the gaming side. And DRX are going to be able to clean this one up. We only need 2 more assists here for Beryl, and so we're fishing
They just
for those.
kind of dash aggressive. That's going to be a Hextech Drake and a Bounty.
Yep, there we go.
They also have Smolder.
There is some scaling opportunity.
Okay,
there is a blue trinket up and available. True Shot Barrage spots out the Baron, and Sponge.
It's okay.
He's not going to go for it.
Just pull a Geo, you know? Just keep clearing those Baron
Rockets are
waves.
raining in. And yeah, BDD can afford to take a whole bunch of damage because he's theoretically got Deft to just heal him up for forever.
Oh!
And Beryl is just going to look for a knock-up onto Sponge. Okay, they are just going to get towards this exposed Nexus. Dawning Shadow comes in. The Smolder can do nothing! And KT are just going to say goodbye to this game. Yeah, we were saying that things were pseudo up in the air. They were not. And that is going to be Beryl hitting 4,001 assists at the end of this series. They're going to go for the dive as just kill the Nexus, guys. There we go. KT, one step.
These were the best highlights from today's LCK matchup. Click that subscribe button faster than Ramus can say,
Okay.
see you on the next one.